This week, under the glowing pink supermoon in Libra and the dreamy haze of Venus direct, the veil thins between heart and mind. The universe whispers truth that we may not want to hear, but we must. And through Mercury retrograde has gone direct, its shadow still lingers, asking us to reflect, refine, and remember. So as I draw the cards out today, listen not just with your ears, but also with your spirit. Hello and welcome to Fate and Fortune with True Oracle. My name is Lady Zelda Kelly. I'm your psychic reader for today. And this is your weekly reading for April the 13th until the 20th of 2025. It's for all signs, a collective reading, but mainly there's a lot that is going to happen with the planets and aspects and transits this week. Now, I'm not an astrologer, and I'm not going to get into all this because that's not why you're here. You want a reading to let you know what is exactly about to happen. And with us still being in a Mercury retro shade, well, I like to call it that Mercury hangover period until the 25th or even the 26th. That's why it seems like things are maybe still a little tough, just a little, but we'll be getting over it very, very soon. It's all starting to come together now. Communication clarity, revisiting decisions, emotional insights. There's a lot of things that are going to be happening, and that's what you can expect. So, my darlings, this is the cards. These are the cards. And I've got to say, I'm so excited to be here because I can't wait to really share with you what is about to happen. So with that being said, this is the Woodlands Wardens deck, and it's just going to set the tone with spirits, guides, and angels. Here we are. Look at this little fellow. Oh my goodness, look at him. Now, I'm going to hold it up there, and I'm going to hope that he focuses. And it is the elk and the ash, and it is strength. How appropriate is that? Strength we must have for this week. Go ahead and take a screenshot of that if you like. And we'll put that to the side just so we can take a moment. Here we go. So now I have the Celestial Tarot, and I also have a Rider-Waite Tarot. It's just we're getting down back to basics. But I have this Celestial. It's so pretty. And we're just going to lay a foundation with this, putting this to the side. Spirits, guides, angels, we're asking for our friends. What can they expect for this week? I think you're going to be very happy. First card out, the Judgment card. I love that. I actually love that. The Two of Pentacles, or coins, if you'd like to call it that. The 10 of Pentacles. We're going to put this to the side. Now, we're just going to read these three going into this reading. The Judgment card. First of all, I like to call it the Discernment card. It's the time where you finally see things for what they are and how they really are, giving you clarity, making decisions, being able to discern situations, relationships, circumstances, can be in your employment, could be just in everyday life. But the wake up shows this is going very well here, because the wake up and the judgment is basically that I don't want to say you're going to get a second chance, but it looks like you're going to get a 2.0 do-over. With this Two of Pentacles here, this is telling that you have been juggling, and it's been a juggle, almost an infinite amount of time you've been juggling, waiting for something to happen, waiting for the next phase to happen. And my darlings, it's about to. Because with this 10 of Pentacles, Not only did the Ten of Pentacles means that you're moving into a time period where you can relax financially, and I think in other areas as well. This has a lot to do with family, friends, grounding yourself. With this pink moon energy that we are in right now, and this fiery Libra, Aries thing that we've got going on, and yes, it is happening. This is a time where you just don't want to wait any longer to make a decision. You just don't want to wait. I get it, because you're ready to go on to the next thing, to the next possible situation, and you're going to be able to do that. This is a very powerful message from Spirit for this week, because with, like I said, Venus now is going into Pisces. We've got the moon that is the pink moon in Aries and moving to fiery elements and doing all these things, and Libras, and oh my goodness. Now you can tell I'm not an astrologer, but those are the planets that are involved. And I just want you to know that each one carries balance, fiery element, and new beginning. So let's now take this tarot. And a new beginning is going to happen this week. And look at what turned over. We're going to put that back into the deck when we get a chance here. But that is the Five of Wands, fiery element. Making sure you take your position. Standing up for yourself. Can I say finally? Making sure that you have all the facts to be able to, I'm going to say maybe even spar with communication, getting into a good debate. But this is going to be happening for this week. Now let's put that back, and we're just going to give another little quick shuffle. I do pre-shuffle these, but I like to shuffle when you're on camera with me. Here we are. Loving him, the Knight of Swords. Three of Pentacles. You got a lot of Pentacles coming out here, so I think it's going to be a healing in your financial house. And then we have the Devil card. The Nine of Pentacles, loving this. The Ten of Wands. And the Eight of Cups, putting these to the side. I'm going to pull these down just for a second. You see the swiftness of this night, this energy that this week will have of facing things head on. Your sword up, ready to tackle any situation that comes. But you see how this is so breezy coming his way, and he's facing the wind. Now his nickname is the Lord of Wind and Breeze. Rightfully so. Look how he's just jumping into action. That's going to be you. And I believe that Monday of this week, which is tomorrow, which will be the 14th, I believe that this is the time where you're just going to be energetically putting other things to the side and tackling things that you've kind of hasn't paid attention to in a little while. This is telling us that it is time now for balance. Now, this card can mean a lot of things, and since it's a Pentacles, it is having to do with your finances, and it is balanced with your finances. But see this fellow here. Let's pick this card up. See this fellow here with this, he's holding a builder's maul. The builder's maul is used, look, he looks like he's a bricklayer, block layer, and it is used when a layperson is putting block or brick in place, building that foundation and making sure to tap it into place. And sometimes it's just a little gentle tap to make sure that it's level so we can build upon it. That tells me something. That gentle tap means that we don't have to vigorously jump into things many times. Just easy does it. And that's what this week is going to be. Even though you're facing some things head on with this energy, and you're waking up to the point where, yeah, this is something that you should be doing, and it's just not happened. And that's okay. It's happened for all of us. But now you are waking up for this week. You're tackling things that you haven't done in a long time, facing things head on, but there's some gentle energy that comes along with it. Amazingly enough, we get to this card. And no, you are not him. This is also the zodiac sign for Capricorn. I happen to like Capricorns. That energy that a Capricornian has of you do not hurt people just because you can. You say what you'll do and then you'll do what you said you're going to do. But when they get fixated on a project, it's a follow through. And they expect others to follow through on their projects. They expect others to do what they say they're going to do. With this energy, it's energy of remaining and staying focused, not so much obsessed, not so much an addiction of that, but it's the staying focused to the point where you no longer get distracted, so you don't have to worry about this time period where you walk through and you see things. Look, even if it is clutter, it doesn't have to worry about you don't have to worry about the workplace. You don't have to worry about other things in your life. But if you open up your car door and you've got receipts and empty bottles and cups and things in then your car needs to be cleaned out. If you walk through your home and there's some clutter in the corner, then it needs to be cleaned out this week. Because with this Mercury retrograde, well, it's retro shadow, it's telling us it's time to reform things. Time to really get back to the point where, and this can be a resurrection. And we are in a holy week this week. So it's going to be this time of a reflection and focus for us. I want to mention something about the tens because you've got 2 10 cards here. The tens are the end of a journey in the tarot. It is the end of the chapter, and it's basically taking what you've learned from the end of that chapter into the next book, the next chapter that you're working on. I'm loving that because with this 10, you're working on security, financial security, and family matters there. The other thing here is, yeah, you felt a little bit of exhaustion. Yes, you have felt like you want to retreat, and you're probably doing that. But at the same time, the fiery element of these wands are saying, look, you've learned what doors you can open, and you've learned what doors you must close. There's opportunity in this card. And just because it looks like it's been a hard trip or a hard pathway, look forward to heading into the next chapter very knowledgeable and focused this time with this guy right here. So what happens this week? Well, you're planning on and you're relaxing with a little, you're going to feel some reprieve and maybe even some financial reprieve. I think that is very good, knowing that you've got a lot that has happened. And what has happened? You've come to this place, to the point where you feel you've done all you can do, and now is the next phase. Amazing how this works. Amazing how this comes out, that while you're working on finalizing the chapter that you're in this week, you will be working on this new chapter in which you will be learning what to let go of and what to know that you're walking towards. This particular card, you see, he's got 8 cups that is lined up. Walking away. Is he letting go? Did he just give up? Or is he walking toward something more? And I feel that's what this week is going to give you. You're going to be walking toward the 9 of Cups because that's the cup that's missing. What's the 9 of Cups? Well, it is the wish fulfilled, the dream come true, and is working toward your goal. It is the Yes card. So as tough as this has been, and yes, it has required you to have a lot of strength coming up to this week, you're now waking up to, I'm going to say, another reality on which it is a 2.0 for you. Working on making sure of security, family members, taking the lessons that were learned from your previous pathway into this new pathway so you don't have to go through and loop all these situations again and again. And now you're going to relax a little bit, knowing that your focus will become hyper-focused and facing what you need to face for this week. It will be very good for you, my darlings. Let's get a final message. Here is a final message for you. I'm loving this for you because this is a week where it's a regeneration, a rejuvenation, a remembrance, and this is looking over perhaps karma, maybe. I'm going to let you interpret. Are you reassessing things and thinking about what karma you have? Are you looking at things as though you are planning and making decisions? I feel that's what you're doing. But the most important thing of this card is this. He's got a robe on that is red, and this red little cap. That's passion, love, power, control, compassion. And standing with these fiery wands that are in Aries right now, that's the sign that we're in, and that is opening up opportunity for you. Something about this card that many don't really see, and that is this particular wand behind him is anchored to the side of the castle. Now, why is that anchored? Well, first of all, he has chosen the pathway that he wants in order to go forward. He's got the world in one hand, he's got this in the other, and his choice is what he's going to stick with. And look, with this Knight of Wands, they're both facing in the same direction. That means that he is about to, and you are too, my darling, face things head on and get a lot accomplished this week. This is the past. He's anchored it behind him. He knows he cannot bring the past forward to the present, because if he does, then the past becomes his future. And that's something that we need to all learn. Coming into this week, the decisions that you make are going to be positive, are going to be just a fantastic time for you to reassess. I think this is good. This is good. So my last word for you, my darling, is this. Fate is not a locked door. It is a whisper behind it. You see? It's not locked in there. This is a whisper. But when you listen closely, the right key will appear to you, where you can unlock that door and go forward where you're supposed to be. Thanks so much for watching, my darlings. I wish you a beautiful and safe week. I am so happy to bring this to you. If you'd like a reading with me, please check out the links in the description. Also, if you'll do us a favor, please subscribe and like. And I think this is great for you. Please also consider seeing us on Mondays at 1 p.m. Eastern, where we go live and talk about manifestation and what the laws of attraction can bring to you in giving you the life that you want to live and that you deserve. So that's 1 p.m. Eastern on this channel every Monday. It is live. So thank you so much, my darlings. We'll see you then, and you have a beautiful week. Bye for now.